And really, Mayor, thank you very much, but between you and Mr. Walker and everybody else, you covered almost all my speech. But, here's the thing, is as an officer, you always got to plan beyond that. So, Mr. Rouse, while I talk, in order to keep things rather brief, okay, he is going to assume the push-up position off the chair. Mr. Rouse?
Yes, sir.
Now, during the class that we ran in high school, that if they said, yeah, nope, if they came in a minute late, they would have to do push-ups off the chair. Okay, sometimes 50 push-ups, okay? They don't get real late. And so I got them all, and they always had to call each other by Mr. this, Mr. that. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Rouse could hold his position for quite some time. He maxed out the academy, and it's a standard through all the academies, the physical fitness test. That is doing 75 push-ups, 95 crunches, 18 pull-ups, running less than 7 minutes on a mile, and throwing a weird thing, throwing a basketball. But he maxed them out. Now that is highly unusual because they only give you a few minutes. You only get 90 seconds rest between all those activities. And the very last thing is the mile run. And he ran that in 6 minutes and 38 seconds. Is that correct, Mr. Rouse?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, now, do I feel bad right now for Mr. Rouse?
No.
No. That's, how many in here think I should get him out of the push-up position? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. How many think I should keep him in a push-up position? Mr. Rouse.
How many want to join him in the push-up position?
Is there anybody who would? No. We'll do that in the other room. Okay. Now, I wanted to hit on several words. Number one, it's been hit on a number of times. That's the environment. And just like you said, Mayor, it is the environment. And if it wasn't for his parents, if it wasn't for Deb here, I can see Mr. Rouse coming on and say, oh, golly, it's really hard, this flight thing, oh, I don't know, whatever. And Deb would say, shut up, and get stuff going. And then at the same time, I could see Jeff over here saying, oh, don't be so hard on the boy, you know?
That's right. That's exactly.
Don't be so hard on the boy. Give him a breather and have him go down and study, okay? So.
We love you, Jeff.
Good cop, bad cop.
But it has worked. All those officials in the school, the officials in this town, I mean, you don't come about this by accident. Now, I want to talk to you about several words. How are you doing?
Good, sir.
Not so good. Anyway, how many want to change should you stay in a push-up position?
No.
Yes, raise your hand, yes. Well, his parents did, so Jeff, that's good. Okay, I'm going to talk about several words. First word is smart. Second word is things. The third word is rites of passage. Actually, it's not more than one word. Let's talk about the word smart. Having been an officer for a number of years, having been to the Vietnam War, what I found out is not how smart you are. It's how are you smart. We have way too many people walking around that are very smart, but they don't know how to use the smarts. Mr. Rouse is an exception to that. He used it all the time. Okay, Mr. Rouse?
Yes, sir.
You going to pass out on me? Recover.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can stand at the position of parade rest. Okay. We were just down to the Great Lakes Naval Training Center. And he saw the young men stand at parade rest, which he is not right now. But parade rest, you want to assume parade rest? No. Parade rest. There you go. Okay. Now, in parade rest, they have to wipe the smile off their face. Okay? They might have to stand that way for an hour. Now, what happens, though, if you lock your knees up, he's likely to pass out. You don't want that to happen. So, I wanted to talk to you besides, and another thing is called things. What I find in our society is that quite often we become very good at doing things right. They just take training to be a pilot. If you don't do things right, what happens?
You crash.
Now, Mr. Rouse the other day came in for a landing on a simulator because he's in the second phase of the class, and all of a sudden, he says, oh, doggone, or something like that over on his computer. I was working with another student. What did you do, Mr. Rouse?
Landed short of the runway, sir.
Landed short of the runway and killed himself and anybody else who was in the airplane. Okay. What did he have to do? He had to redo it. So we learned by doing things over and over again. Getting things right is so important. But for leaders coming out of the Naval Academy, there's a huge thing that we have to do, or out of any of these academies. They have to learn that doing the right thing. Quite often in our society, we take our values and we don't do the right thing. I think officers, enlisted, anybody in the service, it's very important that we do, and then the Boy Scouts. Doing the right thing is so critical. What I've seen with Mr. Rouse, under fire in the classroom for me, is I would get up in his face. I'd treat him like he would be if he was in academy, going to the academy. Yet he's never folded. What I also found out is that young people, for example, Mr. Rouse, come out, coming down here. Come on here.
Sir.
Okay, now, I want you to come up a little closer, everybody can see you. It's right there. I want you to look at his hair.
One last
Now,
time.
Mr. Rouse would come to class, and I would come up to him, and he would be standing at attention like this, and I'd say, Mr. Rouse, what did you do? Comb your hair with a daggum candy bar, because it would be sticking up all over the place, and I couldn't figure out what. How did you get it this good?
I didn't use gel this time, sir.
Oh, he didn't use gel. But what he has done, he has proven to me that going to the Naval Academy will be a rites of passage. Do I think this young man, I had several people come up to me since his appointment and they said to me, do you think this young man can make it? There is no doubt he can. For one thing, he's got the tenacity of a bulldog. I mean, he doesn't back off. So, do I think he'd make it? Yes. Do I think physically he's going to have any problems there? No. What's going to be very interesting is how his mom. Now, let me tell you about this. I get a call after they go visit the Naval Academy from Deb up here, right? Oh, she says, Colonel Schick. She says, I was at the Naval Academy, it's really nice and all this stuff. She said, but I got really scared with this one Marine. And I said, well, Deb, that's what Marines do. They're there to scare you. Well, what happened is this Marine was briefing him. And the Marine says, Deb must have brought up a question or something about how can she communicate, or can she send brownies once a week or something like that. and so this Marine looks and says, ma'am, as soon as he crosses this line, he's Navy property. We own that property. And what's very interesting is that when you do go to the academy, it's a total change, and for you too, it will be very interesting and difficult at times. But with what this man is made of, he should have no problems at all. He will have to work very hard. Do I worry about that? No. I don't worry about this young man going there. So, Mr. Rouse, and I will call you Phil, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Job well done. For a number of years in the Air Force as a commander, I got this many years ago. I carried it with me everywhere. It's what they call a challenge coin. And so, to be honest with you, I thought, what an opportune time to give it to you. And just like the other coin you have, carry this, and when you really get upset, and if you got near a phone, you can call me and I'll yell at you. And it's for free. But I want you to have that and enjoy it. And I would say this, with what I know about Phil now, I would not mind taking this young man to battle. I mean, I have to train him a few things, but he's got the mentality to do it. Congratulations.